Good evening, y'all. We got Mr. Flashlight's Fat Boy, 16 pill. And I had another video on this thing, and I don't know if I lost the video of it. I've lost three or four, maybe 5 or 6 here lately. I don't know what the hell's going on. It's a lot of bad things going on here. My wife's mama just passed away. So that's one of the things. It's been 3 or 4 different things. But that's been the worst here lately. And dealing with everything else going on, especially with this virus and everything. But this thing had one blown transistor in it, which was right here. And he sent the box in a box, and it was plumb full of packing peanuts. And the packing peanuts had then got up in this area here. Both of them just completely plumb full of them. I had to dig all that crap out. It's still little particles still coming out of that junk. But it blew that resistor there. This resistor here, and I took these 4 out because this is in a 4-pill section. I got to replace these 2 resistors back here. I'll probably replace all 4. And try to get this thing back up and working. But the thing about this, it looks like it's done shorted out on a couple of them. It's black under there. Let's see if I can zoom in on that. It's mighty black under there, but I don't know whether it's something they got on that board or not. But these are real close. I'm gonna put some little spaces underneath there so they can't never hit that board and short out. I don't know if you can see that, but they're real close. All of them. I got that zoomed in. Got it on that stand. Let's see if I. You can't see it. They're real close on there. Back us back out. Wrong way. I need to set me a monitor up over here and run the cable from there over here where I can watch it. But not only did we have that, we have the transistors. Alright, that's the one I took out. It was bad. I marked it. It's bad. These other 3 was pretty good. I mean, they're not pretty good. They're okay. I'll show you right here on this meter. This is the problem with them. Let me get out a new transistor. Let's go with 2 brand new ones. There they are. Test my battery, so it's good. Alright, I'm going to hook these all up the same way. This is a new one. Brand new. Never been put in. Alright. So it's showing a beta gain of 50. Alright, I gotta hit the output. It's right at 45. Well, yeah, 40 on the beta gain on that. Signal right around 30 on the signal. Leakage, nothing. Just another new one, just to give a reference. Alright, signal 30. The output beta right around 40. Alright, that's the two new transistors. One I took out of it's bad. Of course he knew that because it blew the resistor in it. Nothing. No leakage. No nothing. It ain't doing nothing. So it's open. Alright, here's the problem. That's the ones came out of it. Alright, showing them signal of 50 going through it. The gain, signal gain, is half of 1. The output is 1 3/4. Alright, that's that one. Alright, let's take out this other meter here where everybody tests with. This is the cheapest one that this company makes, Atlas. Alright, I'm going to hit test. It's analyzing. It shows this is a series diode network. Well, this transistor is not putting out enough voltage to show any output on D1 pin. So the red leg here, which it ain't showing anything on. And all three of them's like it's because the beta gain's so low. The beta gain on it is so low that it won't check it on this meter. It seems weird. But there's number 2 come out of that hole. Here's number 3. That's the reason I went and got this meter. Now, there's nothing wrong with this meter. I'm going to show you here in just a minute. That's the other one come out that showed the same thing. So there's all 3 of those. Here's a new transistor back. Same HD 2879, it's just a new one. These are the gold ones. Alright, the same meter. They'll just check them with. Blue, green. green, red. Alright, hit test. Shows the NPN silicone transistor. Red, green, blue. Diode protection. Got a HFE gain of 32. That's on this little meter. No leakage. Test it again. Same thing. 32. The beta gain on these 3 transistors, and I'm pretty sure it's every transistor in the box, it's going to be the same way. Alright, I have a used transistor because, as you know, if you take a new transistor and put in line take a new one, put in line with a used one, it's going to drag it down to whatever this used one is. Say this one's got a beta gain of 2, which is reading on this meter. It's going to drag a new transistor, which is brand new, down to this beta gain on this one. Alright, this is a used transistor that I have. It's a good one. We're going to check it on the meter. The good used transistor, took it out of my own little amp. I had one go bad and I replaced all 4. And this is one of the 4 that was left over. NPN silicone transistor. Red, green, blue's connected. HFE on it 7. 7. These ain't even reading anything. Not reading anything whatsoever. Not reading anything. That's the one I just unhooked. Try one of these again. And you would think that these transistors wasn't any good because this meter's won't check it. But the HFE value on it is so low. It's not even showing. It's showing the red pin ain't even connected. But clearly it is. It says it ain't. Analyze it again. It's still showing the same thing. All 3 of these show the same thing because the HFE is so low. Well, this meter here will put this back over here. This meter here will show it. It's a little bit better meter. Puts more signal to it because this is 9-volt battery in that, and then it's just 1.5. But the voltage, it's more voltage applied through this one. Alright. There's that transistor. It's showing it's good for us. It's getting signal through it. And the HFE value on this one is about right with that other meter. It's 7. So that's 5, 6, 7. It's a little bit between 7 and 8, about 7.5. The signal is low, but it works. That's the one I'm going to replace it with. This is the ones that's in it. That's real low. See the meter? It's going down in the bad. See it? Just drops out. Alright, let's check this other one. Let's check again. Signal gain of it's half of 1. The output is about 1 3/4, 1 1/2. Alright, the next one again. Blue, green, red. Got signal. Signal transmit power about half of 1, which is identical to the other one. The output signal about identical to the other one. Alright, this one. The other used one come out of it. The other one come out of it. The third transistor of that. Let's go back to signal. The signal, half of 1. Output, about 2. It's a little bit better than the other one. Let's go back to this transistor. This is the one I'm going to replace it with. This one's a little stronger than them. Go to signal. It's about 2 1/2. Output is, like I said, 7 1/2. This transistor is better than them, but it's pretty close. It's closer than throwing a brand new one in there and letting it drag down. But I'm going to call him in just a few minutes and see what he says. I don't know if he's going to understand that or not. He's probably going to want a new one put in. He don't comprehend these things, I don't think, of what things do electronically in this kind of circuit, push and pull circuit. And so that's where we're at on this part. We're going to see what he says. If he just wants to go with a brand new one, which I understand that, or if he wants to go with one that kind of matches the rest, that would be what I would do, because of the way the situation is. If it was me, I'd replace all 16, but he ain't wanting to do that, I don't think. I've mentioned that to him, and he didn't want to do that. He has overdrove this thing. But it's another problem. There's another problem with this box, and maybe had something to do with it, but I don't know. But get to that now. You get to looking at the input transformer here. And I don't know if you can see that, if you can see a problem. Let me see if that's pointing in the right direction. Okay, because that's backwards. Okay. Let's go to this part here. Alright, my camera's backwards. Alright, I'm going to turn this ferrite. Well, if I can. But anyways, if you can see there, the ferrite is broke. It is broke. Let's see if I can maybe turn that. Sometimes you can turn them on there. Well, that turned a little bit. Sometimes you can wind these on them, but when they put them tight, you can't move them. But anyways, this input transformer's broke. Let me get this back in frame. And that's a big issue. input transformer's got a crack in it, or a chunk knocked out of it. I don't know whether it had shipping or it's been like that or what, but this transistor was the one that was gone. Back up. This transistor here was gone. And here's the one that's broke. But if it threw it out of balance, the weakest one's going to go, so it probably was that one. But all of them in the circuit's weak. I just showed that on the meters. That's all I have to go by, other than another test. I have another test to do. Let me break this machine out. This is my handy dandy one pill checker. I don't know if y'all have ever seen one like this. Built it myself. So some little used parts. This is a insulated board. It's three boards epoxied together, and it's got phenolic on this side, copper in the middle, phenolic back on this end. And the way this works is you take the transistor like this, set it down in here the way it's supposed to go. Your output here, your input here. You put this over top of the hole and you lock it down. Well, here's the on and off switch for it. It's got a set of relays in it, which you don't really need them. My older version, I didn't even have a set of relays in it. And then I got a tuning on the input where I can kind of adjust that down a little bit. As far as on some different transistors, some of them's a little different. It's going to be hard to do this and do it all in one frame and show you what it does, but we're going to try. Get my coaxes hooked up. This is the input. Now this is a little one pill tester. It's nothing but a one pill amp. So it's been collected in there. This thing's been up on the shelf, got stuff in it, but it's an input, output, just like a regular little amp. It's built exactly like one pill would be built. Same capacitance as you build a one pill. It's got a little LED on here, so when I turn the light on, this is a switch, turn it off and on. This is the power. It's mighty little wire, but it's only showing one transistor. Like I said, the transistor goes in. It's copper board around there. You got your this board's raised up off the thing a little bit, so the transistor will go down. You got your grounds, you got your input and your output, your base and emitter and collector. Well, this fits over top of that. That locks down, makes them make pretty good connection. Not 1,000% sure, but decent enough to check a transistor. Alright, let's put my little leads on it for my hot and ground so I can test this. Let's get the ground away from it hot, make sure they don't touch. Stick something in between it. Turn the power on. To my power supply with my step start on it. Alright, there's the power run to that. That LED's on, need to turn it off. Get my radio turned on. If I can do my test, it's going into a dummy load. So just turn it on. Oh, alright, I'm getting about 28 watts out of that. It ain't the best of reference, it ain't exactly way a regular one pill would work, because I got it set to where I can change different. I can go for 2290s, 2879s, 1446s, 455s. It's kind of the variety of transistors that I only got 3 wraps on the input instead of 5, so I don't have to keep pulling off wraps. It's kind of universal. I got a little bit of reflect, around 2 watts of reflect, but you got to think with 1446s, it's not as, it don't have as much reflect as it does with 2879s and 2290s. You know, every transistor acts different, so this is a reference between all of them, the best I can get it. And like I said, I do have a tuner on here where I can adjust that a little bit, but it's the best representation of what I can get out of a transistor, and to make sure it works and to get the best success out of it I can. When I put it in somebody's amp, you can't just go by a meter every time. As you see on the meter, the atlas shows it don't even work. Well, meter, let me see if I can get this camera up here to the meter. Alright. That's a 50 watt slug here. 50 watt. This is the output meter. See if I can zoom that in on that. Isn't it? Everything's backwards. Everything's backwards. This is the meter. Let me adjust this. Move my arm. Man, this is not easy. Let me make sure that's that meter. Yeah. Okay, well that's that meter. I'll try to do this all in one frame. The camera ain't moving. Alright. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Alright, this is in the RMS setting. No peak kit on. Turn the amplifier on. Oh, about 30 watts out of it, RMS. Peak, turn the peak kit on. Oh, it buries it. Of course, it's 50 watts. Alright, 500 watt slug. 500 watt bird slug. Put it into the slot. Peak still on the meter. Turn the amplifier on. This is going to be 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. It should be getting around 100. Oh,
Roadhouse.
it's about 120 on the transistor. And the meter says it don't work. Well, it's working. Alright, I'm going to come back. Let's test this out. I like to be kind of transparent on everything I do and to show you the process I go through, because some people, man, you just can't explain nothing to them. Alright, power's off. Pull the transistor out, safely pull it out. That's the reason I put this on here between the hot and the ground. The hot is here, it goes through this little switch to that over to here, so it disconnects all the power from it. So I don't have any trouble when I set this transistor down in there that I could get a short and mess that transistor up. Alright, the other used transistor that came out of his amp. Set it down in here, set my little board back in with a hole in it for my transistor so it'll make contact with the input, output, legs, the grounds. Alright, turn it back on. Oh, about 120. Let's go back up here to this. Let's see, it's this meter, so zoom in on this one. With the same 500 watt slug. Like I said, this meter, the screen is backwards. So, alright, turn the power on to the little amp. 100 watts is the 10. Hold. So again, 110 watts, 120 watts out of that transistor. So it is working. Go back again so don't nobody think I'm doing nothing wrong. I always get claimed of something. And this is real world action. Alright, this transistor comes out. I'm going to put it over here with this one. Say one just checked. Come over here to the next one. It came out of that amp with a gain that this meter says it don't work, which my other meter, which is better, says it's got a gain of around 1 3/4, 2. It don't really matter which one you hook. Way you hook these up, it's gonna check the same. It's showing that the red leg is not even hooked up. You can see that meter. So it's saying the input of this transistor is not even existent with that meter. Well, my other meter says it it's got a gain of, I think, 1 3/4 watts. Let's try to make this all clear, because I hope y'all can see that through there. Same transistor, blue, green, red. Alright, it says we have signal. You can hear it. I hope you can. Signal output, this meter's a little different than that one. Signal output is showing very low. Gain of about 1 3/4 or 1.5 a gain. So that's the transistor I just checked. Alright, let's keep this on film. You just seen it. Check that transistor. Alright, this transistor with a gain of 1.5. Just down in here. Lock it down. Alright. Go up here to this meter, which is on peak. It's showing the peak reference of it. Let me put my finger here so I can zoom in on that and keep it in frame. Alright. This meter here That's with my 500 watt slug in it. Run that back out. The 500 watt slug here goes to this meter here. Alright. 100 watts right there. Turn the little lamp on. I'll modulate through it. Oh, about 120 watts peak. Go back to RMS. Oh, RMS on a 500. Let's go back to a 50 watt slug. So easy read. 50. Let's see. 50 watt slug. Going back in the meter. Alright, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Alright. Been showing about 30 watts. Oh, so 30 watts. So it's working. Alright. Go back to this. Zoom out. I need to quit making these long, complicated videos, but it's hard to explain to somebody when they don't understand the difference in a weak HFE value on a transistor. Alright. This is the one I'm going to put in with it. I'm wanting to put in with it because the HFE value on it is pretty close. Well, if you read on this meter, it wouldn't even read them 3. Alright. Test. Shows the NPN transistor, the red, green, and leg are connected. It's got a HFE gain of 7. 7 HFE. Alright. Take this one, stick it over in this amplifier. Put my little thing across there. Ground all the legs out, lock it down. Alright, turn it on. Oh, RMS. Oh, oh. Let's see. Oh, alright. Maybe I won't put this one in here with it. And this is the reason being why. And that one shows the HFE value of 7. Alright, this is the meter I need to go to, so. Alright, 50 watt slug in, RMS. This is a transistor with a HFE value of 7. The other ones are non-existent. It won't even show up on the little blue meter of the Atlas. Alright, this one, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I've been getting about 30 out of these non-existent HFE. Alright, this one, oh, about 15 watts RMS. Alright, go to peak. This 50 watt slug, it should slam out. Oh, yeah. Take the 50 watt slug out. Put the, where's that at? 500 watt slug in. Check it on peak. Oh, Hello! Well, you're getting about 70 watts out of it. 60, 70 watts out of 7 HFE. Alright. Well, that transistor ain't going in it because it don't match it. Alright, let's back this back up. Let's see if we got another transistor that's pretty close to this one. I'm having to adjust my little arm every time and lock it back down. Well, evidently I'm going to check this one before. HFE value on this one is a 6. It is a 2879 with the gold writing on it. I'm going to let you in on these gold ones are just a little bit different than these black ones. And that's the reason I'm wanting to go with I ain't got a new gold one. So I got some new black ones. Alright. Check your wattage output. It's on peak, 500 watt scale. Oldie. Oldie. Getting right around 100. Make sure I'm getting a good contact. Oh, right at 100 HFE. I mean, not HFE, 100 watts. That's about 20 watts off from the other one. Alright, RMS watts. Oh, not looking very good. Let's see what it is. Put the 50 watt slug back in. Oh, yeah, same RMS, a little off, about 28 instead of 30. So that one's closer, but not quite as good. And this transistor's not even hot, so this little amp's doing a pretty good job. Transistor not even hot. See if I got another gold one in here. We got many of them. Well, that's it. Let's try this one back again. Make sure I'm getting a good connection. Maybe it's around a little bit. It's got the highest HFE of any one I've got used. Oh, yeah. That ain't doing very good. That's doing about 15 watts RMS. Like I said, now let's make sure we're getting some good contact. It may be that. I don't know. I haven't used this thing in a while. It looks like this thing would have more power than it's got. Let's check again. Oh, alright, that's what it was. Wasn't getting good continuity. Alright. That's the thing you have to deal with some of this stuff. Alright, same transistor. It's got 7 HFE on it. RMS, 50 watt slug. Let me back this back out. 50 watt slug right here. Let's see if I can zoom that in on that. 50 watt slug. Got this meter here. Alright. Power's on. Oh, 30 watts. Peak. I take a 50 watt slug out. Put 500 in. So it's still going to be reading 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. You should get about 120 to equal up to the other two. Oh, so about 120. So there you go. Alright, we're going to do another little test on this thing. It's not... Anytime you check a transistor, it knocks the HFE value down. On even a brand new one, it comes down. Just the way it is. Alright, that's the one I think is going to replace it pretty good. Like I said, it is difference between the gold. Anybody can tell you that, that it's a little difference in between the gold transistor and the black transistor. They don't like being... I've tried the black one and I with the gold ones in a 2-pill section and it didn't want to act right. But now that was in just a couple of cases. It might work. I've seen some weird things happening. I know a boy's got a 4-pill Toshiba 2879 box, and 3 of the transistors are Toshiba 2879s, and one of them is a MRF 454, I think. So it's 3 Toshibas and 1 MRF 454 in a 4-pill, and been working for years. He can verify it if he wants to do a video of it. Believe it or not, it works. It's been running it for years. Does 500 watts. Can't get no more, no less out of it. It ain't right, but he just keeps running it. Well, as the 4 transistors I want to put back in it. That's all as testings I can do with it. It's the 3 original. It's up to him if he wants to go new. I would recommend going new. Let me get this adjusted back. But that's on him. I will get in contact with him here shortly and give him the information. This is the one I want to put in it. And that's the ones that came out of his. These originally had 68, and I think this one was 66 when it was first HFE, but I know they use a curve tracer to check these things, but these little meters here won't check it like that. This meter here will not check it like that. But out of all the meters I've had, I like this one the best. But I try to go off of numerous meters. You need to check it with a diode tester. Go down in there. But there we go. That's all I can do is right here at this time, bring it to a talk to him. This is the only way. It's 2 or 3 people I know of is checking them with like this. Fat Cat is one of them, and I think Rainmaker does it too. I think he's got one, but I don't think theirs is quite like this. And as you can see, even with this one, you have a little trouble. I didn't have a good contact on that transistor there on the legs. Even though I got something that locks it down. You can sort them in place, but before long you're just going to have a trace on the board to come up because you constantly putting heat, taking heat, picking it out, putting it back in, picking it out, putting it back in, picking it out. And I kind of come up with this, and so I didn't have to damage any transistor. I could take a brand new transistor, stick it over in there if I have to, and lock it down and test it. But you know, with anything, you already got solder on there, and it's erratic. These came out pretty good, and I'm getting pretty good connectivity, or what do you say, with them. But we're gonna go from there. See what he says. I hope him the best, but if it was me, I'd have changed all of them. But you can understand nowadays, you know, probably can't afford it. But it's the only test I can do to it. A real world test. It's with this here is very real world. Before it goes into the amp, it's the only way I can tell. Each transistor per transistor with this kind of measurement is the only way I can do it. And in the meters, that what I got, and you're only as good as the tool that you got. So that's all I can tell you. Alright then, y'all have a good day. That's where we at. I'm going to talk with Mr. Flashlight about it and see where we go from there. And if y'all don't agree with what I do, I'm sorry. It's just, I'm doing this for the fun of it. I don't have a lot of money to put into these curve traces and stuff like that. And I know they're a lot of money. I've heard people say that. I've never looked into one, but I'm sure it's right efficient of money, and I know I can't afford it. This was like I think this is like $75. Got this used, I think 55, something like that. And actually a friend got me this. I didn't buy it, he bought it for me. We kind of worked out a little trade. I done some work for him, and he got this for me. And this right here was a birthday present. It's just the way things come out here. And this right here I made out of junk parts. Well, there's a few new, but this came out of Harbor Freight. I don't know what you exactly call that, but it locks down into place. I like it. It don't give any movement. I thought that was the best way to work it. The other one I had, stick a transistor down in there and push down on it with a ink pen or something other. You could use your finger, I guess, but I have got an RF burn off that. So that was the first and last time I done it with like that, because RF burn is pretty serious. But I need to keep this cleaner. Need to wrap this up in a plastic bag. Maybe that won't do it either. It really ain't no way to keep it clean, I don't think, being it's copper. You can't spray no clear coat over top of it. Do it still ain't gonna make contact. Alright then, we're gonna make a call and I hope it goes well. You have a good day. Later. Well, I got a Holt flashlight and told him what was going on. Might change out this input transformer because it's cracked. I forgot to tell him about that, but I just forgot. I was more interested in telling him about the transistors than it was the input transform. Input transform ain't that big of a deal. Which I mean is pretty much no more count. The way they furl these the little brass tube around the board that's on the front and the back. You can't take them off and redo them. So the only thing you can do is take it off and trim it off and save one of the ferrites. Just make another one up. So I'm going to have to replace that, and I'm going to show it to you right now on film. This one's cracked. You see that crack right there? It's got a chunk knocked out of it. Guess you can see that. See the chunk knocked out of it? So that's no good. And that just so happened to be setting up like that. And I couldn't spin it in it before when I was setting in there, but you spin it now and you can see it. It's got a crack in it. A chunk broke out of it, more than a crack, but a chunk broke out of it. Yeah, can you see what I'm doing? Putting putting the same input cap back on this transformer. So, put some. And I'm gonna put some little standoffs up underneath these transformers, because some of these, this one's close to the board, real close to the board, and it's black under it. This one's up from it a little bit, so it's not black. This one's up from it a little bit, not black. This one's down on it, it's black. I don't know whether they done near about shorted out or something. I don't know. But I'm gonna put these little standoffs up underneath it. Let's see. Oh, I hate the board I want. This will be just fix the board. What the hell the whole part?
If a patient comes to me and tells me a story where someone's going to get hurt, I'm supposed to go to the authorities. You said you were in waste management. Environment. Dr. Cusimano, besides being a family physician, is also your next door neighbor. I don't know what happened with this fellow. I'm just saying.
Well, let me go ahead and cut some little strips. Four, I'm gonna need 8. 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13. Here's a pig. That's what I love. It ain't gotta be perfect, but it's pretty straight. Alright, that's one. 2. That's just to keep that transformer from hitting. Alright, I'll get back. Alright, we're back. Had a phone call I had to take.
He knows what he's doing. Well, all I know is daughters are better at taking care of their mothers than sons. And I bought CDs for a broken record.
Man. Some of these things are hard to get to. And I don't want them to get this thing back and that thing short out against that board. That would be bad. Well, I put these little standoffs up underneath there. I don't know if you can see them on film or not, but it keeps the back of the transformer from hitting that copper board. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's a little piece of phenolic up underneath there, which is this piece here. It sits up underneath that transformer, which would be like this. Do it to this one, and you can tell what I'm doing. And tack it on the bottom of that so it's got a little foot to stand off on, so don't. This back part of that output, this input transformer, this one was cracked. Put that on there so it don't. The positive is going to the back of that transformer. Make sure it don't hit that board. It kind of looks funny. That board is black. It's black bad there and black here, so I don't know if they have touched, but here is black, so I don't know whether it was just maybe the clear coat on the board's gone and it just hit that and made that spot. I don't know. Sometimes they'll oxidize when there's no clear coat on them and they'll look like that. Kind of messed up when I've done that. Gotta feed the input transformer. Rewrap it. Come on through there. Tack it back down the same spot it was at. Let's see, Chuck back down. What's that? Like I said, I had to replace that transformer because it's got a big old knot out of it. And I'd like to check all of them, but you can't spin the little ferrite around on all these. Other than picking them all up out of there, it's best visual of seeing it. And looks to be fine. All the rest of them. Put another 10 ohm in there.
Can we focus more on your immediate family?
My wife and my daughter will not get along.
Chinese lady dishes and powder.
Tony watches our doctor all the time. He says your camera work is just as good as the Yeah, that's the problem.
Alright.
What happened?
This right here is the new transistor I'm putting in that I took out of there. He didn't want to replace all 16. And this is a used transistor, but it's got a 7 or so HFE on it. Well, you're going to think that's not a lot, but it's not. But these other 4 that I pulled out, I'm not going to pull every one out of this box. I'd like to, but it would take too much time, and he's wanting to get back to running. He shoots a lot of skip, and he said if it happens again, he'll just replace all of them. At least that's what he says anyway. That's all I can go off of is what he says. But I can kind of understand it a little bit. That's a lot of money. This is the 3 transistors that was in it before.
Melody. What part of the book you from?
My father's people were from Cassette.
Evelina. My mother would have loved it if you and I got together.
Anxiety attacks are legitimate psychiatric emergencies.
I wish they would have. It's kind of hard to do that now. You can do it, but it would really look like a real bunch of crap if you went in here and dremeled out all these holes for these transistors to fit a little bit looser. They're going in there, but kind of tight. A little bit more tight than I'd like it, but they're not too bad. I've seen them worse. Hell, I got a new board the other day. I don't know whether they started changing the transistors and making it fit more like a Toshiba, or they done made the board out a little bit bigger, but they fit a little looser in there now. So I don't know. I don't know. If I was to guess, I'd say it's then started making the board a little bit bigger. I don't know. The only thing about these screws are stainless steel.
Disappears. He never comes home. They know, but they don't know. They hope maybe he'll turn up. Come on, let's go. Got him? Take him to Staten Island.
I kind of like these screws pretty good. They're 3/8 of an inch long instead of 5/16.
Why would you even ask that?
Which it don't really matter. I just like that I can get 1,000 of them for a real good deal. I bought 1,000 of these cheaper than I could have bought 100 from the other company. I think right at $4 cheaper. I got 1,000. Makes a difference. Look at that. That's good luck. I actually pulled out one more screw than I needed, but I dropped one. So, how good luck that was.
Tell him my father's dead. He's the same. He was alive.
take them out. I'll just check and see if it was loose. And they're not, they're tight. That's pretty nice. I didn't do a. That was easy to get out. Let's see if I get any more of them. I'm down to that many. Need to get some more. A little bit of salt on that leg. Back in here to this one, make sure. Back in this one, make sure. Okay.
Something you would do long after you got married. Girls of your own. Hopefully I won't be living anywhere around here by then. Meadow, you can't just lie and cheat and break the rules you don't like. What? You have something you want to say to me? Mom, do you have any idea how much it means to actually go skiing in Aspen? I mean, do you think this is going to happen every year? Like laying tea and scones at the Plaza Hotel?
Kitchen and Restaurant Workers Union. I administer the dental plan. You listen to me? Yeah. A couple of dentists got together and in appreciation they awarded me these tickets. Problem is, I can't get away those days. Hey, when's the last time you got away? Go on vacation?
Mr. Soprano. Cannot accept a kiss like that from Tony Soprano. No way.
Listen, Charmaine, if I gotta stick my hand up the ass of one lobster without taking a break, I'm gonna go postal.
Also, I don't even want to talk about
Turn it sort of that back up.
No, it's bad enough that these mobsters still come in and patronize the place, okay?
But so what? We're not connected.
Right, because we just turned down those tickets.
But the tickets were cops. Tony is a labor leader.
Arthur, please, go up. Does the mind ever fail in any possible scenario under which dentists were sending to Dartmouth, New Jersey, first class on a Norwegian steamship? Come on, Arthur. Somebody donated their kneecaps for those tickets.
There's no way I can subvert my fucking company. What, had the paid claims for MRIs that never happened? The paperwork will look just like the real. How do I not get caught? Listen, hate to hear mechanisms like this. Come on, be a smart guy. I'm depressed. I'm so fucking depressed I can't eat, sleep. You get Prozac? Zoloft, it's similar. It's supposed to help with the gambling, too. Yeah, no shit. Yeah, well, this whole new generation of antidepressants are supposed to be useful against compulsive behaviors. That's a shame. A medication comes along after you're gambling, gets your fucking hip busted to shit. I'm trying not to be cynical. Alex, you want that abuse around you as a source of all your problems. You know what I like. I'm sorry I haven't. Cage it, Herman. I know you will. And I never meant to denigrate Tony Soprano. Hey, you want to go walk on the rocks? Crotches, I can't. Come on, it's beautiful out there. Come on. Go ahead. I called it a thing. Thanks, but no.
Alright, I answer every phone call, so I'll be back. Alright, we're back. One phone call after another. Which I'm a motor mouth, so it's more me than it is them. I try to like to explain the best I can to somebody when I'm doing something for them.
Here comes Lucy now.
Boy drove off the wrong car a couple of days ago.
You ain't saying shit until they're gonna turn your person. Well, go ahead. Make your statement.
I got fucking Johnny Cochran right here for you.
So I was on the phone with a guy just a minute ago. While I was on there, I put these. I was working as I was talking on my headset, which I can't hear anything through unless I do have that. Because what, I'm deaf.
Fucking car's been chopped. Fucking useless, man.
That's not it. Now, why is that car?
And
See it? That Dodge? Why is that
so I replaced those two 100 ohms there, and I put.
Let me tell you
I don't know if I put these on the last video or not.
climbing over that fence and shagging those plates.
I remember.
Then, one of you stays with us while the other goes out in the street and boosts another sack.
My memory's about shot.
Look out for ducks, Dad.
Know the old man pretty good, huh?
Don't look so sad. They were cute. Remember how kissed you were about to the Pope last night?
You're special about coming in. You think?
I really was into it.
Looks like about every day Somebody's passing away. Or somebody's getting sick. Not from the coronavirus. I don't know nobody with that. Thank God. Getting sick in other ways, I guess. I don't know where that flew to. Somebody's been in this thing. Doing a lot of soldering. On that wire. Because it's just... I know Fat Boy... Fat Boy Screw didn't do nothing like that.
Before you open the front door, you never know who's in there.
But that's just sloppy. Both points.
Broken wrist on the steering column. Minor concussion.
Look at that. That's sloppy. The solder didn't
Gerontologist. They're saying that you shouldn't have bought it. If you can't manage it, tell them.
it didn't have no flux left to it.
Why?
And I know there are other doctors who are right there, but you know, for normal, depression can cause accidents, or
So what do you say? That unconsciously she tried to whack her best friend?
Oh, Jesus.
from what I said. Either way, she could need a change in
Non-Teflon wire.
more people.
Well, we were looking at green glove.
No Teflon. That's...
A hotel at Captain.
I won't put that back in there. Put some good Teflon wire back in there. And it's just running that switch, so it ain't got to be much.
To see the distinction. That in fact she's embarking on a rewarding chapter. I know seniors who are inspired and inspiring.
Hey, what about Kenny Portugal said say hello?
Oh yeah, Kenny.
This is what this comes in. Back up, back up. Scorsese, good evening. Condone. I liked it.
But we'll put a decent size wire on it.
Said there's a truckload of Italian soup.
16 gauge of some Teflon wire that I got that I don't really like,
Give me one good reason I should hijack this truck.
but it is Teflon wire.
It's Junior's own fault. He gives us no choice except for taking that outrageous fucking tribute.
It's the only wire I've ever seen made like this, Teflon.
We're supposed to say thanks for the hack. It's not like I'm getting somewhere playing by the rules. Fuck Tony. The books are closed. Blow me. No, that's some true shit. Come on, they're not confirming any new May guys. How come?
But it is Teflon.
Nobody knows who's running things.
Just ain't never seen her make it like this.
We make payments up the ladder in some cases. I'm talking about the year 2000, the millennium. Where do we go from here?
Virginia Fair. No? Full. Good though. we were talking about.
You want that lamp?
I'll lie down.
That lamp. That's real ormolu. You know what that's worth when it's new?
Mom, look, it's good. Thank you.
Take it and take the bottle out. Somebody's got to take this stuff before I die. Otherwise, it's going to be awful. The junk man's going to die.
You're not gonna die. Your stuff's not gonna be pulled off to the dump. But you do have to start planning for your future. You got the most rewarding chapter of your lifetime.
You know my good children?
The stuff that did. Yeah, some of those pieces came right out of Cartier's window, right? So come to the what will you go for? You to live long, raise and sparkles to your grandchildren.
I gave it all to your cousin Josephine.
What the fuck, the good jewelry?
She always admired it. They don't have much money.
You gave a fucking cousin Cartier dinner rings and you give me a vibrating chair?
Your wife never showed any interest in my jewelry. She never complimented me on any of it, as I can remember.
You listen to me. Before you do any more serious damage to yourself or your grandchildren's inheritance, you're gonna stop living alone right now.
I'm not going to that Mason.
Green Grove is a retirement community. And it's more like a hotel at Captain T's.
Who's he?
Captain owns luxury hotels or something. I don't know. That's not the point. The point is, I spoke to Mrs. DiCaprio over there, and she says she found a first suite available in Wood for you. It's available now, but it's gonna go fast.
Of course it's available. Somebody died.
Oh, Ma, you gotta stop. You gotta stop with this black poison cloud all the time, because I can't take it anymore.
Oh, poor you.
I got problems at work. I got problems at home. I got a friend who's been diagnosed with cancer. Most parents would be grateful if their yuppie children put as much thought into this as I did.
I'm not going to that place.
With the durable power of attorney over you, and I replace you.
Then kill me now. Go on, go. Go into the hair. And take the carving knife and stab me. Here. Here. Now, please. It would hurt me less than what you just said.
You know, I know seniors that are inspired.
It looks a little better. A little tie wrapped around that.
There was a time in my life that being with the Tony Soprano crew was all I ever dreamed of.
This is some fucking note here.
I don't like running my power wires to the box like that. Like this one is, I run them up underneath the board and pull them out the back, but it's built, it's been running,
We have to stay together. Why be
it's been treated kind of rough. This box has seen a hard time, in a way. Got the door open. This back end here is being in. You have to notice that. She's been in pretty good. Got a crinkle with that. Got the hot. I don't know who put that in there. It shows I don't like nothing Fat Boy and them would have done. It ain't smooth. Whoever's been working in it, doing something. For his power wire.
Look, here's your stuff. Any good
soldering iron wasn't hot.
You know, when my grandmother went
It's
through
mine here.
elsewhere,
I need the bigger one over here in a minute.
personal effects.
You gotta start right here.
I hate this braid.
Yes.
But my soldering station ain't turned up all the way.
You track me down here?
Mine too.
Let's turn it up to 800.
He'll return the call. He did? Apparently it's urgent. She said he sounded upset. He'll call back.
There's my flux.
Time and patience. Tears of mother and
Make a nice lunch.
You think it ain't getting in there, but it melted off of that. Alright. Let's pull all that damn smoke away from me. This is gonna smoke like hell. Want to hook up the bigger sorting station, but it'll take that damn thing 10 minutes to heat up, which is probably take 10 minutes to heat this up. I don't know. Alright, that's that done. I'll wait for that to harden up and I can get that stuff off there. I'll be back. They want me upstairs. Later. Okay, next day we back. This had all this junk on it. Got that off, and this is... I can pretty much pull this out. I think if I pull hard enough, I can get these out. Well, that's still not a good connection. I can't quite pull them out. I think it's the best you can do when you don't have the tool. But good thing is I have a tool. Let's, before we hook this thing up, let's put a new end on this thing. Because that's just a mess. That's a mess. We're going to put this lug on there. If we can. I'm pretty sure we can. So we can get all these the same length. I don't know how the hell it's cutting that because that's dull as hell. Cut a few of them strands, but there's nothing I can do about it. That knife is dull as hell. I'm going to try to shrink this thing down just a little at a time. Start with the big one, which is a 95. Sorry about that. Battery went dead. Hell, I didn't notice it. I got crimped 2 or 3 times. And now all in there, I got some heat shrink go around it. Solder that thing while it's up. I'm gonna try to get a lot in there. Put 2 holes in it so it kind of breathes as it's going in. And a piece of solder. If I can barely see the flame. I think that's plenty. Like it's one little solid ball off this thing. I think that took it pretty good. We cut a piece of this heat shrink. Alright, where my scissors go? Oh, it looks like it won't hide. Huh. Them broke. Let's see if we cut it with this LS knife. That ought to work. Okay. Alright, let me put my tool back up. I think it looks a lot better than that did. Alright, let me see if I can get my 50 and 50. It's got match. Then one of the tools goes in here. I don't know how they've done that, but I'll just divide it in it. Heat shrink up. There's tools up out of the way. Alright, I'll probably have to get back to you in a few minutes. I'm going to have to See if I can figure out a way to hook this thing up. I need to get all these cables up. Trash bucket. Alright, let me get back with you. I gotta figure out some way I'm gonna hook this up. It won't quite fit around that. I got a way to hook up the ground, I think. I don't want to hook these up with just clamps. Let me figure out something and I'll be back. Well, I got it hooked up. I had to hook it up like this. Hookup's a hookup. I had to change a little bit of capacitance on it. On the input, she was doing a little bit over 5 watts. Driving it with a 2-pill. I got my 2-pill built in a bench, so I know it's you know, the input's low on it, but I done got it down, and that ain't too bad. Putting out over 2,500 watts peak, and getting about hello, about 1.5 watts reflect. I'm gonna try to get it down a little bit more. Show you up here at the reflect meter if I can get this adjusted. And I gotta figure out which one I'm looking at. This one. That one. That's a 5-watt slug in reverse. Oh, hello. It's doing over 2,500 peak. Let me see if I can fool around with this input tune a little bit more and get it down when I can power from it. I know y'all ain't seeing what I'm doing, but I'm trying to do this and hurry up and get it done. Mr. Flashlight is, it's just itching to get it back. Alright, let's see what this does. Y'all looking at the reflect meter again? Show y'all just a little bit. That's a reflect meter. You can't see it real good, but you want it as low as possible. Hold it. Hello. Hold it. 1 watt. Doing well over 2,500 with a 2 pill pushing it. I don't think it's too bad. Hold. Hello. Pretty stable. I'd like to put a tuning tube on this thing, and I could tune it down a little bit more. But I don't know if flashlight's wanting to put a whole lot of money into getting it back going. So if you're losing 1 watt out of well over 2,500, let's see. Let's back this back up. Adjust this arm. Okay, you just seen the reflect. I mean, show it again. Let's see if I can hit that reflect meter again. A quick disconnect ain't come in yet. Reflect again. Put that meter, bolt it back in. Audio 11111. Just a little over 100 watts. And that's on peak, 2,500 watt slug. Let's see if I can turn it down to that. 2,500 watt slug. Wrong meter. This meter here. Okay. Y'all bear with me. I'm doing the best I can with what I got. Alright. Oh, hello. Well over 2,500. Peak. RMS on a 2,500 watt slug. Oh. Let's see. That's 1,000. Let's see. Going by that top scale on average. No. Oh. I say you're getting, that'd be 700. I say you're getting 750 or something with a 2 pill driving it. And this radio don't drive it very hard. Turn the mic gain up. Maybe that's got something to do with it. Audio. Yeah, it didn't have much to do with it. It went down as far as I thought. But, output tune looks pretty good. Audio. Hello. Like I said, it's doing it in peak pretty good. Get good peak power. Oh, burning 2,500 watts. Take this 2,500 watt slug out. 5,000 watt slug in. You see that? 5,000 watt slug. So you're going to read that middle scale. 5, 40, 4,000, 3,000, 2,000, 1,000. So I'm thinking it should be around about 2,500. Audio. Right on 2,500. Hello, 1, 2, 1, 2. So I think it's doing pretty good. Well, there y'all, Mr. Flashlight. I had to do a little bit of tuning to the input of it. Let me get you adjusted back around through here. Had to do a little tuning to the input. I changed this cap out and messed with the inductor a little bit. And she laid on down pretty good. 1 watt, nothing. Compared to you getting over 2500 out. You ain't losing but 1 watt out of 2500, so you getting 5499 watts, and you only getting one back. That's hell, that's way good. I'm gonna call this pretty much done. I'm gonna run it a little bit. I'm gonna talk to a few people on it. Well, no, I can't talk to nobody on it because I ain't got my antenna hooked up. Shit. I'm gonna run it a little bit. I'm gonna check it with the FLIR. I'm gonna see how it looks on the FLIR, off camera. But I'll put your ground back down. Tune the input of it. Put little standoffs back here so that it can't get into the board. Neither one of them. Put a new resistor here. 4 new resistors here. I didn't have any more of the flame proofs, but it don't matter. They don't get that hot anyways. You could have put these all over. You know, these get hotter than the feedbacks. If something's wrong with it, something's wrong here, feedback's gonna get hot, but otherwise feedback don't get as hot as this one. That's your balancing resistor for your 4-pil section, and this is in 4-pil sections. It's 4-pil, 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 4-pil. They all combined and run into this 4-wheel combiner, and it's the input combiner, and it comes over here. Well, splitter, combiner. All depends on how you want to look at it. But she's up and working right. I don't see that much wrong with it. It's doing pretty good with that little used transistor in it. Like I said, I didn't want to put a brand new one right beside a transistor that didn't have that wouldn't even run, didn't even show any HFE value. But I can get his point. He don't want to have to buy all new transistors. And you sure as hell don't want to put one new one in beside that one. And it is a little bit of difference between the gold transistor and the black transistor, HG. Don't care what nobody says. The tune's a little different on the gold versus the black. We've had, as far as I know, about, I'd say, 3 good versions of it. They had the ones we started with, which was black, and then we went to the gold, and then they're back to black again. So anybody out there building them pretty regular knows that it's a little difference in between these gold and the black. I can't tell nobody what to do. It's their opinion if they don't think so. But that's my thought on it, and it might not be right. I don't know, but through my work, that's what I've seen. So I try to do the best I can. And I hate somebody when they aggravate me about it, but he ain't been too bad. It's just we're going through a death in the family, and got stuff like that to deal with. So, and then all this corona crap. You can't just go out and get what you want like you used to. We had to wait 4 days to get groceries at the grocery store because we didn't want to have to go in there and go around all those people. We order them online now, and then go pick them up, but you have to wait 4 days because there's so many people doing it. But and we had to go pick them up and trying to do everything for the funeral too. So there it is. Y'all be patient. And I got a lot done. I just hadn't done videos. I've done videos on some, but I've lost video footage. And some of the only thing I can do now, since I lost all that footage, is show the final result. And I've tried buying programs to get that footage back. And just can't do it. Can't find it. Don't know where it's at. I got a little cleaning up doing this box. Get them little solder spots out, but there we go. I can't wait till I get my new camera quick disconnect so I can take that stuff off. But if I have to stop the film now, it makes it hard when I'm editing the videos, because you have to find it, put the right one beside of it, and it just puts a little number across that instead of, and then sometimes the numbers is off. I don't know why it does that. And I don't know why it's got so many damn numbers. It'll start with 1 and go to 10, 1 and go to 1,000 or something, but I don't know. It's just life, I guess. Alright, well, she's up and going. Appreciate it, Mr. Flashlight. We'll try to get it out. I'm limited to 2 packages a day in United States Postal Service. I finally got that back working, and since I've got it back working, I've shipped out about 6 little boxes, and I don't want to ship out a big box unless I'm out there to put it in a woman's truck, because she's a little old lady, and I don't want to burden her with a 25, 30, 40 pound box, something like that, for sure. So we're going to be getting it out for long. A little as it comes. Post office a little higher normally than FedEx. When I used to take it down a postal connection and get them to send it off, post office a little higher. If you ain't got it in a flat rate box, you got it in your own box, it's higher. But if you get FedEx to come in and pick it up, or UPS come here and pick it up, they want $10 per package to pick up. At least that's what they told me. $10 per package to come pick it up. But if I so happen to catch the UPS guy coming by here, I can put it on his truck. It don't cost nothing. That's what he told me. But I'm out in the old country community, and I'm not going to sit out at the end of the driveway and wait for him to come by. It's just taking too much time, and I don't like to sit and wait. But he does come by every day. I just don't know when. It's different times. So y'all bear with me. Doing the best I can. Get this stuff out and get it fixed. I got more fixed than I can get out per day. It ain't a lot. It's like eight of them. So it ain't a lot. I mean, I make it look like more than it is, but it ain't. Majority of them's little bitty things, 2 pills, 3 pills, Texas stars. So it really ain't a lot to it, but just getting it out. Alright, later.